Hey, girlfriend, you know who you are. You have big, big dreams. You want to write a book, stand on a TED Talk stage, be a life coach offering wisdom from your RV in Montana, a cafe in Barcelona, or a beach chair in Tulum. Your other girlfriends and your family, they don't always get your biz savvy. Why do you want to leave your JOB? Because you're a C.A.T.S, aka coach, author, thought leader, and speaker. Meet other change makers like yourself and find out how they make it happen. This is the Big Meow podcast.
Hey, girlfriends, it's Kristen and Piper Moore is in the house. Hi, Piper.
Hi, Kristen. It's a pleasure to be with you today.
So thank you so much for being here. And I'm so curious about this whole concept of like PM morning. That just sounds interesting. What's that all about?
Yeah, PM morning. What it means is it's guiding you out of your darkness into a new beginning. And that's exactly what I do when it comes to coaching, helping people identify where they're trying to go and bringing them out of that state of confusion or uncertainty, and then guiding them into that new beginning that they're actually striving for. So that's PM morning, guiding you out of your darkness into a new beginning.
So why do you think we all have so much darkness around us?
Well, I think darkness is defined by the individual. And I think for the most part, it's just when you're in that state of not knowing, or you're stuck in a place where you've been trying to achieve a goal or get beyond an obstacle, and you just get to a place to where you don't see the light. You can't see your way through it. And that is your darkness. So my darkness may be different than yours and any other cats that are out there. And it's just life when we can't figure something out and we don't know what that next step is. And then that's when we need to partner with someone like myself at PM Morning to help bring you out of that. Because sometimes it just takes the right person to hear what you're saying and also recognize what you're not saying to help define what your next step is going to be. And I think, not by choice that we end up in that dark state, but in that dark state is when you really find different paths, you find different views, you find different methods that you can use to still achieve your goal. So the darkness is only temporary.
And so darkness doesn't necessarily mean something negative has happened or we've had a trauma. It's more just this place of uncertainty or not knowing. I mean, in a spiritual context, when you're in the void, right, that's where everything is possible. So sometimes I think we do go through periods where, it's not 100% clear what to do next.
Absolutely. That's exactly what it is. We all find ourselves at points in life where we're like, okay, I've tried. I can't
This
give
isn't
up.
working.
It's not working, but I know there's a way. I know there's a way. And then that's when you start getting a little glimpse of that light that's out there and where you're going to head into your new beginning. Yeah.
Well, I think especially, Piper, as entrepreneurs, we have to be open to iterating, to launching new paths, to having new beginnings. And I think you have to have a little bit of fortitude in your heart as an entrepreneur, because that just goes along with it.
Agreed. Absolutely agreed.
Yes. So what is your life philosophy? Do you have a philosophy that kind of gets you all buzzing in the morning?
I do. And my philosophy every day is just to live full and to do it without any regrets. And so if there's something I want to explore, I want to do it, and I do understand that, sometimes when you live full according to your terms, it doesn't always make sense to everyone else, but you have to know that that's okay. It's okay. Do it anyway, so that you are satisfied in life. And with that comes growing outside of your comfort zone, and that's in life and in business, because we have to take risks, we have to take chances if we're going to have those experiences that we want, so that we are feeling fulfilled in life and so that we are truly living full according to our terms. And and growing outside of your comfort zone when you're in business, the same philosophy applies, because you have to be willing to try something different. In business and being an entrepreneur, change is inevitable. We're going to always be changing. But I think also when you're going through the changing phases, maybe it's just your industry is requiring it, or maybe your customers are requiring it. as long as you are changing when you're supposed to, but you are not compromising your integrity or the quality of your service, then continue to move forward in that change. And that's just kind of how I approach every day.
Absolutely. So
Yeah.
what was something, Piper, that you figured out or you learned, a pivot that you took that changed everything for you in your business?
For me, it was seeing the impact. You know, in the beginning, I didn't realize coaching was a thing. And so,
what is this
you know,
thing,
it's like,
coaching?
right, what's that? You know? So, but for me, it was, I was always been sought after to have these conversations with individuals who were, in a sense, in their darkness, but didn't know it, and struggling. Like, I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say. You know, this is where I am. This is where I'm trying to go. And me being able to have those conversations and see that happening more frequently, I understood that I'm having an impact. And so when I was able to see the change that was happening for others, and that I was the catalyst in making that change happen, that was the moment for me to say that I have identified a need. And so I have to keep going. So I may have already helped 20 people over here, but there's 20,000 more that are going to go through the same thing. That's when things began to change for me. And that's when I realized, okay, how do I make it so that I will always have an opportunity to do what I do best? And then that's when I established PM Morning, because that's exactly what I was doing, is guiding individuals out of their darkness into a new beginning. And it was so gratifying and so rewarding in the moment just to see that happen and be a part of it, when it wasn't even intentional. It was just organic. And it's so exciting.
I love that. So, Piper, who inspires you?
You know, I don't have any one person to tell you, oh, this person inspired me. You know, I've thought about that over and over, and it's like, yeah, I don't have one person, but what inspires me is being in the presence of individuals who refuse to quit, who say to themselves, you know, I know that I'm going to achieve this. I don't know how just yet, but it's going to happen. So those who are just determined and have that drive to keep going, even in the midst of adversity, and know that there's a way to do this. I may be going, you know, to the right, but maybe my path is going to take me to the left so that I can get there. That's what inspires me.
You know, it's interesting. I've been an entrepreneur for a long time now. So, and I'm always amazed at the things that I've stayed committed to, that I've done those consistent, I can't even speak anymore, consistent actions, right? Like you just keep doing those little baby steps, those consistent actions. It's just fascinating how those can just take root and just explode into bloom. And so I do feel that for anyone who's out there, who's an entrepreneur, just to, you know, find out in your heart what you're passionate about and just keep going, because you will, I mean, you might have to tweak it and change it, but just the momentum alone can create something for you.
Absolutely. And the thing is, like you were saying, just keep going, stay with that momentum. It may not happen exactly when you believe it should.
That's always the problem. Okay.
Always.
That's always the problem.
That frustration.
It's like, come on.
And so then you have to remember, it's not always on your time. But it's
my gosh.
happen when it is supposed to.
It's never on my time, let me tell you. Okay. But so what's next for you?
Oh, for me, I guess a couple of things. Short term, I'm going to be launching my book discussion. So it's a small group book discussion for Purpose in Your Pain. Thank you. And
High five.
Looking to get that launched come June. That's the target date right now.
Right around the corner. Exciting.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. And I'm excited about it too. Again, it allows me to bring the coaching component into the small group discussion, so we can help others to define the pain that was in the purpose that was in their pain, and how that's built the person that they are, and allow them to actually have success professionally. But then also just on a larger scale, bigger vision, is that I want to expand upon my reach for the talent management piece. And that's more corporate related, in addition to the coaching, but to be able to develop the current staff, the current employees that are in the organization, and minimize that retention, that turnover, so that we are improving that retention. So two things. I'm going to do the book discussion as well as expand my reach when it comes to talent management.
Lots of good things in the mix. So where can we find you?
Oh, you can find me on my website, and that is pipermoore.com.
That's easy. Thanks for being on the Big Meow, Piper.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Big Meow podcast, sponsored by C.A.T.S Network. If you liked what you heard, please take a moment to subscribe and share this podcast with your friends. You can also join our network filled with positivity and possibility. Visit www.catsnetworking.com to join us and learn more, together with your magical, motivated, and mystical new friends at C.A.T.S Network. Let's transform 1 million lives with your message. Are you feeling isolated sitting at home in your PJs? Or perhaps you're tired of the comfy sweatpants with holes in them that are hidden just below the camera? I mean, you could puke at the thought of another day of Zoom meetings and reporting to your BOSS. Do you want freedom from your home office desk or the office cubicle? Do you want freedom from your current career? Or are you frustrated that your online biz dreams are going nowhere? It's all too overwhelming. Where do you start? All the tech, the choices, and your message. Yep, I said your message, your brand, your voice. What is it? Do you even know what that means? Do you need a biz coach but don't want to invest the big bucks? Let's face it, being a solopreneur is lonely, but you don't have to do it alone. And here's a solution. Join C.A.T.S Network. C.A.T.S Network is a woman-only membership community exclusively available to you, the life coach or executive coach, the author, the thought leader, or the public speaker. If you identify with this list or want to work on adding some of these to your skill set, C.A.T.S is the place for you. Check us out at www.catsnetworking.com. That's C.A.T.S networking.com. Because let's face it, cats are better together.